Well, hello, it's Wednesday, so it must be time for Woolly Hats Wednesday Whip, and you join me here on a lovely sunny day. And I've had a very exciting week because I've bought yarn. Isn't that exciting? I went to the Black Sheep Wool West Yorkshire Spinners Day on Saturday with my friend and had a jolly nice time, had a good look around. And I bought some yarn. Well, I bought some yarn for the extra yarn for the throw because I'm running out of that. But also, I got a goodie bag for West Yorkshire Spinners. The West Yorkshire Spinners pride themselves in beautiful British yarn. That's the wrong way around, but that's what it says. So a really nice bag, nice project bag. And in it, I had a little leaflet here. It's a cowl that they're doing, and they're using their Elements yarn, which is this. There you go. There's Elements yarn, and it's double knit. So that is 50 grams. Doesn't look 50 grams, does it? So anyway, this is lyocell and 40% Falkland Island wool. I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's a tensile. It's tensile yarn is the lyocell. So I'm not really quite sure what that is. So I better go and have a look and see what that is. Nice colours. Anyway, they're using that for their cowl, but they're also using that in cotton as well. So if you wanted to do that, I thought it was quite nice. So they and they're doing knitting and a crochet version as well. So there you go. What else did I get in my bundle? I got in this. So this is Wool Revive, also West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's their new yarn. It's 80% British wool, 20% nylon, and it's double knit. So because it's got nylon in, you could use it for socks, for thick socks, for boots. So I might try that. So I was interested to see what it's like there, because I'm using the Colour Lab for the throw I'm doing, and it is quite comparable actually. It's really nice and soft and fluffy, and it's all made from recycled yarn apparently. There we go. So that was that. And then I also got a free pattern. Not that I need any more patterns, and also a lovely pattern book there. Things to do with Colour Lab, which is their double knit, which I'm using. So there's lots of quite nice jumpers and things in there. And they also put in a shade card. So this is quite useful. Most people do this, so they put in there for the different shades. If you're buying stuff on the Tinternet, it's very hard to test for colour and also squishiness. So this is the next best thing. So if you are going to buy some yarn for a special project, then it might well be worth asking for a colour card. So the big people do it. So they are West Yorkshire Spinners coloured, all their different yarns and things, which are yummy. So did I buy West Yorkshire Spinners yarn? Well, I did, but to the blanket I'm doing, just to top up one or two things, and I'll show you that in a bit. But I went to buy some yarn for Mr. W's new jumper, which I'm going to do in a fisherman's rib. Now, sadly, British Black Sheep Wools didn't have the colour that I wanted, so when I came back, I had to go on Tinternet and order something. It was a good job I had the colour card so that Mr. W could choose his colour. So I bought lots of this. This came through the post. So this is their croft yarn, and it's 100% Shetland yarn. They do it in conjunction with Jameson's and Son, who are based in Shetland, and they send the wool down, but they spin it and dye it in Yorkshire. So it's a cross between Shetland and Yorkshire. How fab is that? So this is going to be really yummy. So that's fisherman's rib for Mr. W. But I have plenty of things to do before doing that. Now then, I have a confession to make in that, because I always tell people, really, you should only go to these things if you have something in mind to buy wool for, and you shouldn't just buy wool willy-nilly. Well, guess what I did? I bought some wool willy-nilly. But this is, you know, it was a good thing. This is a bag full of Rowan felted tweed. They are, look at that. And it's colours, it's sort of slightly variegated. I don't know whether you can see there. Colours chosen by Kay Bassett. A felted effect yarn made with merino, wool and alpaca. There you go. So I've got enough here to do a jumper. Now, you think, well, why buy it willy-nilly? Well, I did succumb to the fact that it was in a sale. It was originally £129.99 and it's now £60, £9.99. So that would be a good jumper out of that. So, and I persuaded my friend to buy a bag as well, so I apologise for that table. But you'll enjoy knitting with it. So that was that. So that was a very exciting Saturday. I did have time to do some knitting and crochet. So I have almost finished the cardigan. So I've sewn everything together. I'm just doing a little bit of work on the collar, and I've just got to sew in the pockets as well. And then that will be finished. So that is rather yummy. So I'll post some pictures when that's done, and I might give it another blocking as well. So rather fantastic. So this is their felted tweed that's a bit got mohair and stuff in, and it's nice and fluffy, it really is. And that's going to be nice and warm for my friend for her birthday, which was last year, but she's happily waiting there, and there will be some cold weather for her to wear it in. But yeah, so that was really enjoyed doing that. Just a little bit more to go, and then it can go up to the Lake District. There we go. So there's that. So there's that, and then there's the blanket. So here it is. It's growing like Billy-O. Yeah. So there it is, and it's growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and there we are. So it's looking rather fab, I have to say, and I'm enjoying doing it. So this is the Stashbuster blanket by Coastal Crochet, which I'm basing my next course starting in March on. So you'll be able to learn how to do lots of stitches to create a throw like this, how to create nice straight ends, how to choose your colours, and all that kind of jazz. So that will be fantastic. So I've got quite a few people lined up already, so if you want to come to that starting in first Thursday in March for 4 weeks, that'll be fab. So there we go. So that's a lovely piece of thing to be doing while watching the telly. The nights are getting shorter. Have you noticed? It's now doesn't get dark till about 5 o'clock, which is fab. Anyway, so that's me this week. You might be interested in this jumper here. This is a jumper designed by Kay Fassett for Rowan, and I made it probably early 90s, no, late 80s. And it was when I could afford the pattern books, but I couldn't afford the yarn. So instead of felt or the tweed that they used, I went to the wool shop in Warrington where I was living at the time, and chose all these different things. So I quite like that. And I thought, as I got some Kay Fassett wool from Rowan this time, I would wear this as well, because this is Kay Fassett, because he does everything. I have to say, it took forever to make, because it's intarsia, or sort of bit of intarsia, a bit of stranded knitting, and it did drive me mad, but I was very pleased when it was finished, and it still fits, and it's nice and warm, because of course you've got lots of layers underneath. However, because it's some of it is cheap wool, it has pilled a bit, but there we go. Keeping warm does the job, and I quite like the colours. So that's all from me today. I will see you next week. Have a good week.